For years, Henry Cavill played the game, loyal, respectful, and humble in the cutthroat world of Hollywood. But after a storm of studio betrayals, character cancellations, and abrupt career pivots, the British actor finally reached a breaking point. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. And now, he's done staying silent. In a shocking and unfiltered interview that took the entertainment world by storm, Cavill opened up about the backroom politics, broken promises, and cold betrayals that nearly pushed him out of the industry altogether. Fans were stunned, not just by what he said, but by how long he'd kept it buried. The betrayal that broke the camel's back. The fallout began with DC. After publicly announcing his triumphant return as Superman in Black Adam, 2022, Cavill was swiftly removed just weeks later as James Gunn unveiled plans for a younger Superman in the new DC Universe reboot. "It was out of my hands," Cavill said quietly. "I was told one thing, and then, the wind shifted. And that was it." To fans, it was betrayal. But to Cavill, it was familiar. He revealed that for years, he was kept in limbo by Warner Brothers, promised sequels, only to be sidelined while lesser-known DC properties got fast-tracked. "It felt like I was being strung along," he admitted. "They told me they needed me, but never gave me anything real." The Witcher drama, a final blow. If DC was the first betrayal, The Witcher was the one that cut deepest. Cavill had championed the Netflix fantasy series from the start, even walking away from other major opportunities to play Geralt of Rivia. But the creative team behind the show allegedly pushed him out due to creative differences, especially after he insisted on honoring the original book material. "I loved the character. I fought for him," Cavill said. "But when you're the only one in the room who cares that deeply about the story, it becomes exhausting." Netflix's abrupt announcement that Liam Hemsworth would replace him shocked the fandom, but Cavill said he had no power to change the outcome. Cavill's silence was strategic. Many fans had wondered why Cavill didn't speak out sooner. In the interview, he revealed that his silence wasn't about submission, it was about survival. "I'm not the kind of man who takes to Twitter to air dirty laundry," he said. "But that doesn't mean I wasn't aware of what was happening. I just chose to handle it differently. With dignity." Still, he admitted that staying quiet came at a cost. "I was suffering behind the scenes," he confessed. "I started to question if there was still a place for someone like me in this industry." A pattern of undermining. Cavill also hinted that there may have been forces in Hollywood actively working to undermine him. He described situations where roles were taken off the table without explanation, and how he was told studios were concerned about him being too intense or too involved. "There's this idea that actors should just show up, smile, and follow orders," he said. "But I'm not that kind of actor. I care deeply. And that intimidates some people." Turning pain into power. Despite the betrayals, Cavill made it clear he's not defeated. In fact, he's doubling down. He's now working on a major live-action adaptation of Warhammer 40K, a project where he has full creative input and executive control. "This time, I'm building something where the source material will be respected," he said. "No politics. No backroom deals. Just passion." Fans hailed the move as a comeback, praising Cavill for reclaiming control of his narrative and career. A message to the industry. When asked if he had anything to say to those who betrayed him, Cavill didn't name names, but his message was crystal clear. "Don't confuse silence with weakness. Sometimes, we say more with what we don't say." And with that, Henry Cavill, calm, collected, and finally uncaged, walked out of the interview, leaving behind a rattled industry and an empowered fanbase ready to follow him into whatever world he builds next.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandigo, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of two of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crowe, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sand Castle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible Fallout, 2018, the 6th installment of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible